It's really pretty in here today, so we're gonna do a little bed yoga. And this is for people who just, want to stay in bed and don't want to quite get up. I was thinking about doing it like when I'm in the covers, but we're just gonna try to keep it like across the board. Like I've already changed into my clothes for the day and I just kind of want to get moving. So why don't we go ahead and just extend our legs out in front of us and find a comfortable seated position. Your feet are out. Just relax here, and if you want to grab a pillow for support, or if you have like a blanket that you can fold up, you can use that as well. And I'm gonna put mine here. My blanket lives with me. I add it everywhere I go. It's with me for support. So yeah, let's go ahead and find that comfortable seated hip rotation, where we find ourselves sitting nice and comfortable, and legs are out. Go ahead and place your hands out on your thighs. Just go ahead and close your eyes here for just a moment. Take a sigh, take a deep breath. Begin to arrive. If you are on your mat, as per the usual practice, don't worry, you can still do this practice on your mat. But know that you can come back to this video. Hopefully it'll let me upload it, and we can always do a little bed yoga. So go ahead and begin to stack the torso on top of the hips. Taking a breath through your nose into the low belly. Go ahead and press your belly towards spine with each exhale. On an inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale, unclench the jaw. Reach the crown of your head up toward the sky. Automatically slightly tucking your chin to find a slight long neck. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Go ahead and join your palms together at your heart center, pressing your thumbs against your heart. Maybe feel the sound of your heart beating. As you bow your head toward your chin, or and your forehead down toward your fingertips, lengthening through the neck. Really connecting here, staring at that gaze in your third eye chakra, that space in between your eyebrows, connecting with yourself, connecting as we conclude the year. This is one of the last yoga practices we'll be practicing together, 2020. Go ahead and rise your head on an inhale. As we connect with ourselves, find an intention for this practice of your own. Perhaps it's to detach. Perhaps it's to ground. Perhaps it's to find connection with yourself. Whatever it looks like for you, that's where you meet today. It's always right. It's always accurate for you. There's no judgment. Go ahead and gently release your hands back down to your thighs and blink softly. Open your eyes. And then go ahead and open up one leg, keeping one leg open, pardon, and then folding onto one of your legs inside your thigh. Your extended leg's heel begins to press through and forward. And then your toes are facing the sky. You can remove anything from underneath your sit bones if it helps. And if you're comfortable where you are, stay right there. Go ahead and grab your spider fingers and then begin to hinge at your hips as you lead with your heart leaning forward. Go wherever you meet. Go ahead and tuck your chin slightly so that you find a long neck. Reach through the crown of your head forward, and then if available to you, you can grab onto your shin or the outer edges of your foot, gazing at your big toe. Go ahead and inhale, rise the torso. Exhale, hinge a little bit deeper. You can also grab a strap here to pull you forward. Wherever you meet today is where you are meant to be, and it's right where you are. Then go ahead and inhale, rise your torso back up, and then go ahead and switch the legs. Grabbing your spider fingers, hinging forward at your hips. Coming down, lead with your heart. Keep that chin tucked. Gazing at your big toe. Each side is different. Without judgment, notice that one side is more open than the other. If available to you, you can grab onto your shin or the outer edges of your feet. Keep gazing at that big toe. Keeping that chin tucked. Reach through the crown of your head forward. Inhale your torso slightly with an exhale. See if you can come down just a little bit deeper. On an inhale, rise it up. Both of your legs come forward. Go ahead and remove the flesh from underneath your sit bones. And I like to grab the meat from underneath my sit bones and kind of like pull it, not just like outward, but pull it back. It kind of helps with the hip rotation. As my toes face the sky, I'm going to spider finger, hinge at my hip, walk forward, leading with my heart. If available to you, grabbing onto your shins, pulling a strap around the balls of your feet, or simply grabbing onto the outer edges of your feet, gazing at that space in between your toes or where they meet. Keeping your chin tucked, reaching through the crown of your head. Take an inhale, rise your torso slightly as your arms lengthen, and then exhale, hinge forward and down a little bit deeper. On an inhale, rise it back up. And then go ahead and open up your legs into a butterfly pose. Wrapping your hands together and wrapping them around just the toes here. Begin to flap your knees, getting some juices flowing here. At any point, do what feels comfortable, you guys. Like, don't wait for my call. If you want to take whatever from underneath your sit bones, you can do that at your own time whenever it feels right. And then go ahead and relax the knees to open, placing your elbows down at your shins. Go ahead and swoop your belly and chin forward. Inhale as you look up. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round your back, chin to chest. Inhale as you swoop up forward. And then go ahead and exhale. Go ahead and go over to one side into a circular motion as you exhale all the way to the back. Inhale forward. Swoop it up and then exhale the other way. On an inhale, swoop it up and forward. And then exhale, coming to a long spine, reaching through the crown of your head up. Your arms are lengthened here, or as best as possible. Feeling the stretch down the upper thighs. Then go ahead and gently release the grip of your fingers here, and then give the inner feet a gentle massage. Just really press your thumb up and down through that arch sole of your foot. It feels really yummy. I forget sometimes to just give my feet a little TLC. This is a great pose and a great opportunity while we're here to just handle that, you know. And then go ahead and give your the balls of your big toe just a little squeeze here, dragging the thumbs over up toward the big toes on the outer edges. Very nice. And go ahead and swoop it back toward your ankles to the tops of your feet, grabbing your fingertips on your middle ring and pinky right here to just press onto the outer edges of the tops of your feet. And then go ahead and come back just below the ball of your foot, of your big toe, just below that. Go ahead and go in and out. Beautiful. And then work your way one thumb length at a time into the arch again and into that little fat ball area just outside the heel and above the arch. Just do what feels yummy here. All right, we are going to kind of give ourselves a little bit of a challenge. So we're gonna open, I'm doing my left leg here, and I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna come onto the toes, opening them outward away from midline, and then holding onto my heel to come up. Now this is gonna be really challenging for a lot of you. So what I encourage you to do is maybe grab a pillow, and I'm gonna do that with you. So if you didn't have a pillow before, go ahead and grab one really quick. And that adds a little bit of height. I'm still gonna put my blanket personally. And honestly, guys, if you have like a towel, that helps too. Keeping your right knee bent with a little bit of height. See if you can place your toes onto the bed, holding onto your heel here. Go ahead and lean forward, hinging at your hips. Again, lead with your heart, keeping your chin slightly tucked. Reach and look forward. That's really going to open up the left hip, and it's really going to begin to awaken some muscles around the ankle that we don't normally use. But go ahead and just breathe here. Go ahead and inhale, rise it up to center, and we'll take it onto the other sides. Go ahead and relax your left foot down like you would normally for a butterfly pose. And then grab your toes on your right foot. See if you can place them onto the bed here, onto the quilt, holding onto your heel. Just lean forward here. Inhale Lengthen through the torso. Exhale, hinge forward and down. Tuck your chin slightly here. Reach through the crown of your head. Don't fall asleep. Inhale one more time. And then go ahead and exhale. As you inhale, rise it back up. And then go ahead and lengthen the legs and just shake it out. One of my favorite poses while I am on the bed before I leave, like I did this morning, personally, I love this one, is child's pose. There are many ways to do child's pose. One of the ways I like to do it when I am in bed and I'm all snuggled up in the pillows is I will put a pillow in front of me. Sometimes I will open up my legs and then I'll just squeeze the pillow out in front of me, and then I lean forward, resting my forehead onto the bed, and then exhale your arms by your sides. Take a few deep breaths here. Just really lengthen the torso. If you are on your mat and you don't have a pillow, you guys, it's the same thing. You can still lean forward, opening up your legs so that your belly can fall in between, resting your forehead onto the mat, and then just allow your arms to relax by your sides. Really gonna open up your hips. It's gonna really lengthen your spine. If available to you, you can press your hips down onto the mat. On an inhale, go ahead and rise it up. Bring your hands out in front of you. Another way that I really like to do this yoga pose is I like to grab the same pillow and then I place it behind my thighs, and then I hold on to it just so that it won't move, and then I sit on it. I sit on it, and then I lengthen my arms out in front of me. This brings a little bit of support if my hips can't come all the way down. Resting your forehead onto the mat here. Just really inhale, lengthen out. Fill up your low back, fill up the ribs, the chest, the upper back. Coming back to that intention that you set in the beginning of the class. Wherever you are today, that's where you meet today. On an inhale, looking up at your hands, go ahead and bring yourself up, and then go ahead and remove that pillow if you had it in front of you. Another one that I really, really enjoy, you guys, when I'm in bed, there's several, is I'm going to lengthen out my leg. Let me make sure I fit in these angles for the camera. And I'm going to recline back, hugging one of my knees into my chest. And then I grab onto my foot. It's probably more reachable, if I don't know if that's a word, but I'm able to reach my foot here since my knee is bent. And then I like to begin to bring that foot over to my opposite shoulder, grabbing it from the outside. Some people are really flexible. They can really like link it in, but we can just hold it here from the heel, like ankle area. Begin to rock it side to side. You're going to really feel a stretch down your opposite thigh and hip. Rocking it side to side. If you'd like, you can bring the opposite leg in. This is a reclined pigeon pose, grasping your thigh from behind here. And another inhale. Go ahead and release it all down. We're going to take the opposite way, or the opposite foot. So we're going to bring the left knee into our heart. And then go ahead and grab that foot. Begin to bring it toward your opposite shoulder. And then rock it for a little bit here. This is going to awaken your spine. Really feeling it down the opposite thigh and hip here. I really like to just move my foot wherever it feels good. I will feel it down here. Again, some people can clasp it all the way. Feel free. You can bring the opposite knee in towards your heart as you grab that leg from behind your thigh. And then bring it closer toward your heart center. Exhale here. On an inhale, release it all. Let it go. And then open up your legs into a butterfly pose one more time. This really just opens up the hips. It's a really great hip opener to begin your day. And then go ahead and help your knees up toward your heart center. Bring it all in. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then go ahead and come back up on your sit bones as you turn around. And you come onto your hands and knees. And then go ahead and just simply place your right knee outside your right hand. And you're not like bringing your foot the opposite way. It is like a half pigeon. So when I'm under the sheets and I just really don't want to get up just yet, I like doing this one. I'm in bed, covers are over me, and then I've got this knee up here. And I really like to just sit here and lay here, opening up my right hip, allowing the body to do what it wants as I hit the snooze button. This feels really yummy. Go ahead and inhale and then bring yourself up. Honestly, when I'm in bed, I don't even bring myself up. I just bring that right leg down. I bring the opposite left leg up by me. If I need to like fix so that my skin isn't pinching, I do that. And then I just lay here. Take a few breaths. I really like this pose to wake me up. It really opens up the hips. It feels like I'm doing something productive as well before I actually hit the ground. On an inhale, go ahead and rise yourself up. And then some of my favorite ones, also while I'm still cuddled up into bed, is again butterfly pose, but this one is where I build a diamond shape with my feet. So instead of having it up like butterfly pose, I just allow my feet to fall forward, and then I just allow my whole body to hinge forward, allowing the crown of the head to just relax, tucking the chin toward the chest, but without force. Just allowing my whole body to come forward. I just lay here to lengthen the whole spine. Go ahead and exhale because we are practicing still a practice of yoga, as I show you some stretches to do before you leave your bed. For this one, since we did plan on doing the yoga, let's go ahead and draw the belly button back toward the spine. Inhale as we pull ourselves nice and forward. You'll feel the lengthening down your low back. And then begin to just relax here once again, but conscious breathing. I always like to grab my feet. I think part of the reason why I like to grab my feet is not so much support, you guys. It's always because my feet are so cold. But it does benefit the fact that I need the support to kind of like pull me forward. So then here I take advantage of that moment in realization, and I'm like, okay, I'm pulling myself forward. I'm going to exhale, let everything go. I'm going to round my back and then inhale. Lengthen through the spine, reach through the crown of the head, and then exhale, release, melting forward. You're going to really feel this opening down the lower and outside areas of your backs of your thighs and then into the knees a little bit. This is a great opening pose for the morning. On an inhale, go ahead and rise yourself back up. And then if you have time, this would be a great time to lay down for Shavasana for just a few minutes. We're not going to take too long of a Shavasana. This wasn't a very intense practice. This is just more opening up the body. So for Shavasana, there are many ways that you can go about it. You can open up your legs into diamond posts. You can place pillows underneath your knees for your low back to be released. What it does is it lengthens the spine when you bring your feet over something. So your spine, and because it has like a normal curvature, when you lift the knees, there is that hip rotation. So it'll really lengthen the spine so that it's longer than it really ever has like space to. Or you can just lengthen out your legs and keep it nice and simple like you would normal. Relax the back, relax the head, allow the jaw to unclench. Keep breathing. Ideally, you want to open up your arms by your sides, palms facing the sky. Allow your hips to melt here. You might feel them having a little bit of kind of like a tension release from the last pose we just did. Go ahead and just breathe into your hips, into your low sacrum, and exhale from your low sacrum out into vast. Release, let go. You can stay here a little longer. You can begin to awaken your fingertips and toes. Inhaling into your low belly. Maybe you want to stretch your arms over above you like that morning sunrise. Lengthening out through the legs, bending at your knees, scooching your hips over to one side and leaning over in the fetal pose. Taking this moment to thank yourself for showing up, giving your body the maintenance it requires of you. Keeping your eyes closed as much as possible, go ahead and press yourself up to your most comfortable seated Sukhasana. Maybe swaying the torso left and right, just really feeling the awakening of the body here as you get ready for another day, another Tuesday. Floating your hands to your heart center as you bow your chin to your chest, remembering your intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Is it to let go? Is it to ground? Is it to connect with yourself a little bit deeper? I want to thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice of yoga today. Just a few stretching poses to get you through the morning, through the day, to awaken your spirits. As you inhale new breath, exhale anything that you should let go of, that you know you should let go of. Eventually your body will want to, and eventually without effort your body will let go. Training our bodies, training our minds to be more disciplined. Merry Christmas if I don't teach another class between now and then. And may it really be a merry one. From the distance, make that FaceTime phone call. Remember your loved ones. Namaste. You can blink softly, open your eyes. Good job. Good job, you guys. Happy Tuesday. And